Hi everyone, welcome back to Let's Explore. I hope you had a great weekend. This week we are going to be talking about farms and farm animals. And I'm excited because I have a lot of fun books to read, so I can't wait to get started on that. I also wanted to let you know that there's some other teachers that are doing some farm videos of animals and farms that they're going to visit, so they can show you pictures of that too. So I'll make sure you get that information, so make sure you check those out. And I've also got some virtual field trips for you to look at too, so those will be included for your lessons. And I was thinking today about what are some things that farmers wear. And I know I live across the street from a farm, and I know that the farmers over there are outside a lot. They're outside a lot and they're working hard. And I know that one of the things they wear is flannel shirts, flannel jackets. They're outside a lot, so they need to keep something to keep them warm or take it off if they get too warm. And then I know that they usually have some bandanas on them because they do work so hard. They sweat a lot, and it's easy to grab that bandana, wipe the sweat off, and keep on working. And then I've also seen them wear overalls. Those are the jeans that go over your shoulders, and jeans for your pants. I know they have a lot of pockets. It's okay if they get dirty. They're really sturdy when you're working with animals and machinery, and easy to clean. So those are some things that I know farmers wear. And they also wear hats too. When they're outside all day long, they have to protect their head, protect their eyes, their skin. So I've seen them wear hats too. So those are some of the things. I tried to wear some things that helped me to think of farmers. Now the books that we have today are about cows. So I have one book that gives us a little information about dairy cows, dairy farms. That's what I live across the street from. And then I've got a fun one, the silly book. So I'm going to start with our silly book. It's called Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. That's kind of silly. Now it says it's by Doreen Cronin. That's our author, the person that wrote the words. And the pictures are by Betsy Lewin. That's the illustrator, the person that drew the pictures. So I know most of us use computers, not typewriters, but there's some typing going on here. It says, Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. What animal on the farm makes that sound? You're right, the cow. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack. Can you make your best cow noise? Moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. Let's see, can I show you? Here's the farmer. He's wearing his overalls. He's got his hat. I see his bandana here. Oh, and boots. That's another important thing, that farmers wear boots. They get really dirty out on the fields, in the mud, in the barn. Boots are a really good choice for them. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. There's a note up here and it says, Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold. It's cold at night and we would like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. That's so silly. electric blankets on the cows. I like electric blankets in the winter. I don't blame them. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. So when you go on strike, that means you stop working. So cows' work is making milk, and they said, nope, no milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. The cows there, they're looking at the typewriter. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Well, there's the hens down there. They're cold too. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. So the cows said no more work on the milk, and the hen said no more work on those eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. What did they do? Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Wonder what they're typing up now. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. That means he was really, really, really bad. Farmer Brown got his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. I wonder what they are going to do about that. Now, Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. Neutral party, that means the duck wasn't on the cows and hen side or the farmer side. He was just going to see if he could help everybody out. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Ooh, do you have a prediction? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they'll get their electric blankets? Or do you think they'll give up and just give the farmers milk and eggs? Let's see. I hope they can find a way for everybody to be happy. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we'll send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. So now, you're going to give up a chance to do all that typing of notes. Farmer Brown decided this was a good idea. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. There it is at nighttime. It's dark. Everyone's sleeping. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, what did Duck say? Quack, click, clack, quack, clickety, clack, quack. So here they were all comfy with their blankets and sleeping. The cows and the hens were happy, Farmer Brown was happy, but now, now ducks want something. And they're using the typewriter to type up their note. Poor Farmer Brown. Oh, look. We got a diving board and they're splashing. I hope you like that one. I think that's a fun one. Cows typing is so silly. Now this one is called Mooing, Milking, Munching. Now this book that I read, this one was just pretend. Cows and hens and ducks, they don't type on typewriters. But this is a real book. And this is about Wisconsin dairy farms. So we live in the state of Wisconsin, and we have a lot of farms, a lot of dairy farms here. So this has some great pictures. So here's a picture of the cows, the dairy farm giving their milk. Wisconsin has big cities and tiny towns. It has lakes and rivers, creeks and ponds. It has hills and valleys, schools and stores, factories and farms. And Wisconsin has cows, lots of cows. I wonder if any of you live in a farm, on a farm, by a farm. If you have some cows, maybe you live at a dairy farm. Thousands of Wisconsin farms are home to more than 1 million mooing, chewing, milking cows. They chomp, feed, slurp water, and give us milk. Lots of milk. There are dairy farms near almost every Wisconsin town. Reedsburg, Rio, Rice Lake, and Racine. Westby, West Bend, Waunakee, and Wausau. Medford, Monroe, Manitowoc, and Menominee. Wisconsin towns are very dairy. Some farms have red barns and silos that look like tall cement towers jetting into the sky. Others have sprawling silver roof sheds with open sides and bunker silos that look like shiny white hills. But no matter what size or shape, most Wisconsin barns are built for dairy cows. So here's a picture of a big farm with those silos and barns and buildings. And inside the barn, each cow has a stall to rest in, a water tank to drink from, and a pile of feed to burrow their wet, whiskery nose in and munch away all day. So here's a great picture of them in their stalls and they're eating. Before she can begin to give milk, a cow needs to give birth to a calf. The calves live in little white hutches where they get lots of fresh air and sunshine. They are fed milk and a special feed that looks like granola to help them grow healthy and strong. Once a cow has a calf, she's ready to give milk. At least 2 times a day, she ambles up the lane to the milking center, where she steps into a stall specially made for milking, while a sparkling clean machine is attached. To her 4 teats, she stands and quietly chews her cud. So there she is, hooked up to the milking machines. Cows like being milked. In less than 5 minutes, a cow can give up to 4 gallons. Those are those big gallons of milk. That's what we buy for our house. That's enough to supply 64 students with a carton for lunch. The frothy white liquid travels right from cow through a stainless steel pipe into a cooler where it's kept clean and cold. Every day a tanker truck, I see lots of those by my house. They pull up to the milking center. The diver dips out a sample of milk to be tested for quality and purity. Then the milk is pumped into the tank and hauled away to a cheese factory. We also have some cheese factories by my house too. So that milk is used for dairy products. And so some of those dairy products are cheese. So this is the cheese factory. Here's some more cheese factory. Lots of people work in cheese factories. All kinds of different cheese. And here they show us the different shapes. There's circle shapes. And then I think this one, oh, string cheese. Any of you like string cheese? I love string cheese. That's a dairy product. Can you think of some other things that are made from dairy? There's a grilled cheese sandwich, macaroni and cheese. I was thinking maybe of ice cream. That's one of my favorite dairy products. Oh, and how about this? Squeaky cheese curds. Those are yummy too. Perfect snack. And there's a group of farmers walking their calves. I hope you enjoyed this book too. Learned a little bit about our Wisconsin dairy farms. I think that's another great book. Maybe you'll want to check some of these books out at the library and read through them, look through them. And next up, we are going to do our activity. We are going to make our own cows, a cow art project. So I'll see you, get all your supplies ready, and I'll see you in a few minutes.